going live. We're good? We're live? We're live. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. And I've been through some tough times, and I know a lot of people can recall tough times and maybe are currently going through some tough times right now, but they don't last, nor shall they ever last. I'm going to show you how to evolve with the market, what strategies are working best now. We'll talk about weathering the storm. I am Mark Melnick. This is the Newsbeat Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Newsbeat Show. I have so many great things to talk to you about today, including how to weather the storm of the market, how I've been doing it. Even though been profitable for me, I feel the market recently had an evolutionary shift. And I want to actually teach you how to evolve with it, how to properly evolve with it, whether you're using my strategies or your own strategies. It really is the sign of an experienced professional trader. Of course, before we go ahead, you're going to pause the next slide, read it, and agree to it. Thank you so much for doing that. Let's just get right into it right now. We're going to talk about, um, the strategies and whatnot, and I'm just going to share with you a very simple agenda here for today, how to evolve with the market, what's the best strategies working now. These are obviously my strategies. I want you to cut the nonsense out of your tradings, and then I'm going to show you, of course, the algo level. So let's just start off real quick. Trading can be downright difficult at times. It could sort of box you in, beat you down, holding no bars. And while nobody ever said that the life of a trader would be easy, many of us were often ill prepared for just how hard things could get. When we suffer through repeated failures and setbacks, getting through the tough times in trading can almost seem like a fairy tale fantasy. How are we supposed to weather life's many storms? What happens when the burden of trading responsibility and discipline is just too great for any one person to bear? How are we supposed to get through the tough times, especially when we have little support from the people around us? Does it get any easier than this, or is this in this market all we can ever really expect? And if you're going through a difficult trading time right now in your life, then my heart goes out to you. I sincerely feel for you because I've been there all too often as a 20-year veteran in the market. I know the heartache and pain that comes along with a major down day. Thankfully, I haven't felt that in many years, but I have gone through several of them over my career. I know what it feels like to have my life flipped upside down, not knowing where to turn or what to do next, from being the hospitals getting stitched up, from knife attacks, shot at, divorce, I mean, you name it. And I'm not going to sit here and insult you by claiming to know what you're going through, because when you're wading through the seas of hopelessness, that's the last thing you want to hear. I'm here to just literally throw a hand down and offer to lift you up. That's what I'm here to do. And what I will convey to you is the knowledge from my own personal experiences in the market. I'll tell you how I made it through the tough times in trading, hopefully shedding some light on the subject and offering you more than a sliver of hope, an open door for endless opportunity and success. You want to know why I did a video? Do you want to know why I did a video saying that your game plan is really incomplete and irrelevant? And I know, oh my God, this is why all the gurus on Wall Street, um, that's why I'm not their biggest fan, because, sometimes the truth hurts. And when you build a business on complete nonsense and fallacy, unfortunately, when somebody reveals the truth, it's a lot of times off-putting because, certain ego bubbles get popped. But I will tell you right now what I do, and whether you're following me or not, Yeah, there's a link in the description if you want to try us for a month. I'm not even going to share it with you. In this video, I'm not here to pitch you. I'm just here to offer you sound advice, and if you want it for free, it's here for you. So let me see if I can help you today. You want to know what a professional trader does when the market evolves? Does anybody want to guess right now? Let's say the market evolved. I'll tell you right now. I'm up probably about $2,000 between today and yesterday. Absolutely terrible trading. I'm batting pretty much 1 for 3 yesterday and 1 for 3 out of today. So between today and yesterday, 6 trades, I'm pretty much 2 for 6. Think about that. What should a 20-year veteran? I've been trading since I'm 19. I've been trading longer than I've been alive. Just to date myself, I've been trading 20 years. I'm 39. I've been trading more than I've been alive. So let's see what some of the news in write in the comments section if you have ideas. I'm going to give you the answer. I'm not, you know, Mark Melnick will put out on the first show. Change your plan, Curbster. Adapt BT. Make adjustments. Call an audible. Cliff. Um, don't trade. Not exactly. You see, we as traders tend to have an arsenal of strategies. So what I do is when the market gets tough, and again, not having a good, I'll be the first to admit that I am not having my best month. I'm up a bit over 20 grand for the month so far, and just this market grinding and grinding sideways and up a little. And I even called a recent market top, which I do think we're near market top. I said, yeah, we're at all-time highs. We could go a few points higher here, but we are due for a 3, 4, 5, 6% correction. That was a prior video. I'm not going to get too deeply involved in that, but pretty much the market's been moving sideways. So somebody like me, I have a lot of strategies in which I can fall back on. So what I do when I'm going through a hard time, and again, so many people think hard times have to do with losing money. That's not what causes a hard time. I humbly believe today and yesterday, I probably went between today and yesterday up $2,000. I made what, 12, 1300 yesterday, about 700 bucks today, about 2 grand. I will say that I had the 2 hardest days of my year. People are like, what? Didn't you have any down days? Yeah, very minor down days, but these today and yesterday were the 2 hardest days of trading for me this year. And people are like, what happened? There was an evolutionary shift in the market. And while every other service just keeps, what they'll usually do is they'll say, the market is, if they're smart, they'll tell you the market is hard and it's difficult, but there are plenty of opportunities out there. And I love when people say that. And yes, there are people in the room. We have the largest trading room here in T3 Live by far. And I will tell you right now, yes, there are a lot of people who are making serious money in this market. But that doesn't mean that you should be making. There will be somebody making serious money in every market environment. So what I'm going to do is first I'm going to answer the question from before. Should you do as a veteran to evolve with the market, as we're claiming here through step 1, how to evolve with the market? What you need to do is you need to take your strategies and figure out which ones are working best. Not which ones are working well, which ones are working best. Think about it. On the Mark 5 this year, I'm probably batting. I didn't take into account this month. I started from January already here. On the Mark 5 strategy, I'm probably batting around 81, 82%. I'm pretty much batting 4 out of 5. If I take 4 out of 5 Mark 5s, I'm making money. However, today was different. Yesterday was different. And again, I only took 3 trades, right? Not a lot. And I consider this environment the toughest environment that I've been in this year. What you need to do is you need to take your strategies and shave them down. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you the strategies that I'm doing that are working today. And hopefully this video, I did a little short video for Newsbeat Live members personally today, but I wanted to take it a little step further. So I have a list of news names here that I write on my sheet. Yeah, I do write like I do write like a 3-year-old. who, holds a pen like this and goes like, that's how I write. That's my handwriting. That of a nuclear scientist or a doctor. Yeah, I have horrible handwriting, but that's basically MYOV, that's Intelsat, T for AT&T, AVGO, which is Broadcom, AbbVie, Fortinet, and Now. And those were the news names I was watching this morning. So I'm going to show you what's working in the news names right now, which strategies are working consistently in news names right now that we pick in the room. And if you're not in the room, I'm going to also show you on top of that names that are working on the earnings side so you could take advantage of them with or without me. So let's go ahead and we're going to start with the one and done strategy. So the one and done strategy, and again, I have a little webinar tomorrow, which I'll be showing, potential examples and whatnot. But the one and done strategy has been something that has been working out pretty well at the moment. And it's a very simple strategy, which I'm showing you here. Very, very, very simple, hence simple, effective, easy. Choose any Newsbeat name, wait for the first 1 minute bar to close, make sure the exponential 8 moving average and view up or below the candle you're buying through, buy through it. It's 93.6% effective on every news name since August 1st, 2019. So I actually reverted and I said, let's put it to the test right now. I have my earnings names right next to them right here. You see Home Depot, TJX, Kohl's, and that Macy's actually belong down here, which, I put that in the wrong place because I don't know, maybe I was dropped on the head too often as a kid. But let's just go ahead and let's see what works right now. So one and done strategy, you wait for the first 1 minute bar to close, you go in the direction of the gap. Very simple. So we're going to start off with MYOV. You know that Myovant Sciences name that gapped up today? Look, very, very simple. Name gaps up. You're waiting for the break of the top of the next 1 minute candle. Didn't happen here. Happened right over here. Broke through 1444, got to 1499. I'm not even looking here. Yeah, it got to 1655 in 2 minutes. It ran over two. It ran $2.11 in 2 minutes. I'm saying that you could have scalped it for 40, 30 cents, 50 cents, 60 cents, 70 cents. I'm not saying you made $2. But look at that beautiful one and done buying through the top of the 1 minute candle right here. I'm not cherry picking again. I'm just going through Newsbeat names. AMD was on our list today. Here's AMD. AMD actually failed because it went to 40.29 to 40.30, dropped, and then took off. So that should be duly noted as well. Intelsat was a short name today. If you didn't see letter I, gap down, very weak name here on the daily. Let's take it back to the 1 minute. You short right here through 675, it goes to 633 in 1 minute. This is a 1 minute chart, ladies and gentlemen. 1 minute chart. Within 60 seconds, you have no patience on a trade. Within 60 seconds, this stock drops 7-8%. I'm not even talking about the fact that it imploded upon itself like a dying star afterwards. Lots of pun intended, as it is a satellite company. Look at the one and done short. Easy. Easy money. AT&T. News name on our radar. This is AT&T. The stock never moves. Gap down. MoffettNathanson analyst downgraded it and reiterated a target. Gap down was on our radar. That's just the news. Again, we give you all these plays in the morning. I'm not saying you have to trade all of them. I'm just going through all of them as a review. Short right here through 38.82. Bang, 38.64. You know how much those puts moved? You know how low risk this trade was? 3 minutes later went to 38.31. Yes, AT&T, the stock that never moves, drops about 2%, a little less than 2% in 3 minutes from right over here. It's a one and done short. Working. AVGO, name we're looking at to the long side. You buy here, we're through 319.59. It goes to 321.18, 323.99 in 2 minutes. In 2 minutes. Forget about what happened afterwards. Look at that. Imagine buying right here. That's what the one and done is on news names. That's why news is the biggest edge on Wall Street. That's why we produce traders with the highest Sharpe ratios. That's why prop traders have the highest success in our room. That's why we're the largest room here in T3 Live. That's why we have the biggest traders on Wall Street here on our side. All because of this. AbbVie. right over here. One and done. You're looking for a break. Hits a higher of 89.28. It's 89.28. Doesn't break. 89.27 breaks 89.27. You're buying on this 1 minute bar of AbbVie. Right over here. 89.27. Right over here to 89.68. Look how beautiful that is. I'm not even look, you want to hold you could hold it for 5 minutes. You're gifted like that, you would have crushed it. Look at that. And I'm not cherry picking. I'm going through everything that worked. I'm sure I'll find a failure or two in here. Here's Fortinet. It's all about risk reward. Here's Fortinet. Breaks through 105, hits 105.19. Not the biggest move for Fortinet. But look, how much did it really go against you? So at the dead bottom of this bar, the biggest pullback, it went 23 cents against you after going 19, after going 22 cents with you, it went 23 cents against you and then popped up to 105.43. That's Fortinet. Throughout the day it fell, but again, the trade's already over. Look at that. Not the worst idea. Very good risk reward. So I definitely wanted to point that out to you as something that is working now in this environment if you like the quick 1 minute trades. The next thing we noticed is the Mark 5 strategy has been working on these same names, and I'm going to go over exactly these same names again. The Mark 5 strategy, huh? Doesn't support this file. What? That's weird. Let me pull up a Mark 5 for you guys. I could probably pull it up right here. Just give me one moment. And there's a video on the internet explaining it. And the only difference on this Mark 5 is that we're applying it on non-earnings names. So right over here, you have a Mark 5, 81.3% effective since August 1st. It doesn't take into account the month of November. I do update these numbers at the end of the month. Choose an earnings name given in the Newsbeat live room. Gaps up. Here it is. Screenshot it if you want. I'm not going to turn this into an educational episode, but here's the education. Copy this information, screenshot it, come back to the video later and pause it. I'm just going to show you how this strategy is working now on the 5 minute. Very simple, MYOV, and I'm going to show you exactly where we buy it on the strategy. And again, I wasn't part of all these trades. I'm just using this as a reference to see what worked. Right over here, you buy through the Mark 5 through 1460. Stock goes to 1527. 67-cent move. That's a 4-5% move within 5 minutes. I'm not even talking about this part of the trade as it ramped up later, and I'm not talking about it as it pulls back. I'm just saying, look how easy it was to buy here through the Mark 5 strategy, which told you to buy right here on this candle as it shot up. Very, very simple. Intelsat, letter I. Mark 5 is a short because it gapped down. You're shorting right here through 618, target day lows. So Mark 5 always has a target of day highs or day lows. So back to the MYOV, when you actually bought here, the actual target was 1673. And a lot of people would have waited and your target would have hit, on this 5 minute setup. All the setups I'm showing you now are 5 minute and it would have worked. I'm just going to breeze through them. Letter I, short right here through 618. Target day lows goes to 581. 618 to 581. It's a 30-cent move. That's a 5% move on a $6 name. It's huge percentage-wise. AT&T. This is a Mark 5, short through 38.67. Grinds, 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 grinds. If you have the patience for grinding, I personally don't. But if you do, zero pain. Zero pain. It's a grind. And look how AT&T dropped today. You would have been short on the Mark 5, which we did call out in the room, right here through 38.67. And the most it would have gone against you is 3 cents. This tail isn't legitimate, by the way. It's a bad print. There was no real tail here where it shot up. So the thing you would have shorted through 38.67 on the next candle would have gone 3 cents against you at worst before just going in your favor for the whole day. Those puts went up 600%, I believe, approximately. More than 600, closer to 650% those puts went up, the 38.50s that we are watching on AT&T. Nonetheless, very grindy, low risk, right? Avigo, Mark 5 long, called that one in the room too. The 323.24. Target is 323.99. You see your target of day highs. Maybe you don't like that. It's too tight for you. That's fine. But look, it worked. You're buying here. AVGO worked. AbbVie, Mark 5. Mark 5 is on this candle right here to buy through $89.86, the top of this candle right here. You buy it on this candle to break the top of the prior candle. Target day highs of 90.14, hits 90.14 on the second candle after you bought it. Third candle shoots you up further. Done. Fortinet. This is a Mark 5 that failed. I'm happy we find one here that failed. You buy through 105.13, it's 105.21, it flushes down. You are probably losing about 36 cents on Fortinet, getting stopped out at the bottom of this candle at worst as the stock flushed down here. So that's a good example of one that didn't work. Now, the next thing I want to show you are earnings names. So I was watching three earnings names today, the biggest earnings names: Home Depot, TJX, and Kohl's, KSS. And this one actually worked 2 out of 3. This one actually worked 2 for 3, but I definitely want to show you the slide, the Know Your Limit 21 on earnings name. Can I find the slide? KYL 21? Maybe. I'll look for it, but hold on. There we go. There we go. Right over here. You could pause this slide. Very easy. Here are the rules. Choose an earnings name with a gap up. You can also choose an earnings name with a gap down. They work actually both ways. So this should be changed over here to choose an earnings name with a gap. You don't even have to, it's redundant. Just choose an earnings name. The best ones are offered daily in the Newsbeat live room. This must happen after 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard. Simply put in a bid on calls or a bid on the puts if you're shorting it on the 21 EMA 5 minute once the chart goes through it for the first time. It's actually a lot easier than it sounds. If I confused you just now, don't even worry about it. I'm going to show you exactly how to do it. I'm just pulling up a simple chart here. I'm just going to add the moving average right here, TC2000. Add the moving average right here. Let's edit it, make it the period of 21, and we'll make it blue. And let's go ahead and look at Home Depot on earnings today. So the whole point is once you touch this blue line, this 21 moving average for the first time, you break it, you can go short. Look, right over here. The first time it has to happen after 10:30 a.m. as well. Why? Because that's the rule. That's what keeps you consistent. So right over here, you can see it broke the 21 moving average to the upside and then just absolutely crap down. I mean, just this one 5 minute bar alone is good. Like, getting a post 11:30 move, dropping over $1 from where you're shorting it, and you're shorting it or buying puts, whichever you prefer at the top here, right before it falls down, that's Home Depot working for you. TJX, this is an example of it half failing because it flushes here through 60.42, goes down a little, grinds, and then goes up in your favor. I actually considered this one a failure. So this is what happens when it doesn't work. And I like showing you the guys this because I know every guru out there will just pick out the examples that worked ahead of time. I'd rather just show you everything I'm looking at and let the results speak for themselves. But here's the beautiful thing I like about this. This is a healthy loss. You're buying after it breaks underneath this blue line, not at the blue line. Why? Because it literally is spelled out here. When it tests on the chart and goes under for the first time. So I am literally spelling that aspect out for you. So it breaks underneath here. You're probably buying near 60.30. It would have gone 47 cents against you before going about 85 cents with you. And that's just a fact. And if you got stopped out, low risk, much better reward. And that's a comfortable loss. The other earnings name, of course, today was Kohl's, KSS. This one gapped down, so you're going to look to short this one as it hits this blue line for the first time. And you'll notice it doesn't hit it early on. This one actually came right over here for the first time. It hits this blue line right here at 230, between 225 and 230. Breaks through 47.48. You're shorting it or buying puts after it breaks above it. That's the rules, not at it. 47, it hits 47.59, goes 11 cents above the line, drops 29 cents, drops more, drops more. That is a beautiful late day trade with very low risk. So on the 21 side, it's showing that it worked 2 out of 3. I can guarantee you, based on my empirical backtest results, that it works a lot better than that. I just had 3 earnings names on the radar today. I'm sure you could probably look for your own earnings names as well. Oh, I also forgot to mention Macy's. That was the one that I accidentally put on earnings here because it actually just the website was hacked on Macy's, and I figured it was earnings, but I was wrong. That was the retail that didn't report. So let me just show you real quick the one and done on Macy's right over here. Let's see if it worked or not. All right, so right over here, the one and done is kind of weird because you're in a 10-cent range. On the first 1 minute bar was 1591 to 1581. So even if you did short through 1581 and you did get stopped out, let's say you did, you would have only lost 10 cents. And obviously it would have worked afterwards. But I'll make that argument that it's a low risk reward. Let's take a look at the 5 minute of Macy's. And you're looking now for the Mark 5 strategy. Short right here through 1534, target day lows of 1511. Look at that. You're shorting right over here in the top mid end of this candlestick, and it's red bar, red bar, red bar, red bar, red bar, red bar, 6 red bars in a row where we're asking you to short it. Now you might be looking here at the 21 and saying, hey, look, you could have shorted this through the 21. I know it would have worked, and I see it fall after it as it hits that blue line. I just want to point out that that strategy wasn't meant for Macy's because the 21 strategy is earnings, and the Mark 5 strategy is meant for intraday plays. Those are my strategies that are working the best right now. On tomorrow's earnings names, I could even tell you how I'm going to trade it. So it's kind of funny. So you know that Urban Outfitters reported they're down. Let's assume they're not going to go positive. Let's assume they're not even going to go positive by the, opening bell tomorrow. And what you can do with this Urban Outfitters is when it hits this 21 for the first time, if it happens after 10:30 a.m. Eastern Standard, aka after the first hour of trade, wherever you live in the Earth, um, on the Earth, in the Earth, on the planet, on the Earth, in the Earth sounds weird. It sounds like you're a weird demonic presence who lives near the core and feeds off the heat. But yeah, once it hits the 21 tomorrow, I think Urban could be a short. There's names like Target, which didn't report yet, that you could watch tomorrow. That should be a very interesting name here as well. Target will be looking to trade that. And I will be looking to do the Mark Fives on all my news names. However, one thing is clear, the one and done is still just phenomenally consistent. Lot of money to be made on the one and done. Soon we're going to have that automated for you. I want to give you a little spoiler. We are going to have that automated for you. It will be, whether I'd like it to go through T3, but hopefully if we could go through the compliance here, we could get you a trading system which will actually trade for you. It will be quicker than you, it'll be quicker than me. It is a robot, and we'll be able to take advantage of all these Newsbeat names on the one and done. And we're setting that up right now for you guys. I don't have an ETA of when it'll be available, but I'm assuming the ETA will be quicker than later, actually, than my prior projections. Algo levels, tomorrow's levels today. Maybe you were impressed with all the tops we called the other day, like in Facebook, etc., etc., etc. Here are the levels tomorrow for November 20th today. They don't always hit. In fact, they usually don't. But when they do, I tend to have an easy time buying calls when support breaks, or you could buy common stock as well. Or I like to buy puts after resistance breaks, or of course you can short stock as well. Screenshot it, don't tattoo it on your face. These levels always change. Appreciate you spending time with me today here. Weathering the market storm is about evolving and adapting, and it's not about making or losing money. The question is, are you going to be the trader who keeps trying the same thing over and over again, hoping for different results? Because we all know what that's called, ladies and gentlemen. It's called Insanity, right? That's called insanity when you try the same things over and over and expect different results. And the funny thing is, you will get different results eventually. Do you want to keep doing a losing strategy over and over and over until the market changes where it starts working again? Or would you rather evolve immediately, see what's working now, apply that now in an environment like this, change your P&L and L and get it back on the right track? Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Slap the like button if you did. I don't monetize on on these videos, but it does tell me that you like my content, and the more, upvotes that I do get, I do know the type of content in which you guys respond positively to. And you know, take advantage of having somebody like me who spends time to really share these things with you, tells you how to evolve. And again, you don't have to do my strategies. You could look at your strategies and figure out what you're doing best. Figure out the one strategy which is your best strategy now, and throw out every other one. You should be able to look at a stock chart and say, okay, this is the one strategy I should apply. And if you look long enough, you are going to get that answer. Hope you guys enjoyed the Newsbeat show. Happy trading, make money, and I will see you guys tomorrow on the Newsbeat live trading broadcast. Have a wonderful evening.